and I make videos about sewing. I really enjoy English paper piecing and embroidery, and I'm also venturing into the world of quilt making. It's been a bit of a difficult week, so if I'm not myself, that is why, but I've got lots to show you, so I still thought I'd come on, show you what I've bought, show you my progress. I've finished a bag, which I'm super excited about, so I have still got lots to talk about, so I thought I'd still come along, but just in case I'm not quite my normal bubbly self, that is why. I'm going to start with, I've been dyeing some fabric, so I've been wanting to do that for ages, haven't I? And I did do the T on the bag, which I'm going to show you in a minute, but I also went a bit mad and tried lots of different things. So I did another T, which I just basically made a cup of tea, put it in a bowl and popped it in. So there's that one. These are going to be for my embroidery, so there's that one with tea. And then I did a wine one, because I wanted a pinky one, so I thought, well, I'll try some wine. So I don't drink wine, but we get lots of wine given to us at Christmas from my husband Neil as a postman, and he gets lots of wine given to him by his customers, so we've got a lot of wine, so I used it to dye some fabric. So that is the pink wine one. It's not actually showing very pink on the screen, but it is a pale pink. If I show it next to a little bit of white from that one, you can see the difference in the colour there, but it's pinkier than it looks on the screen. So I've got that one. Let's put them on my lap. So they're the two dyed ones, and then I mentioned before about hitting flowers, so I thought, well, I'll have a little go with that. I'd got some marigolds, some of the orange I think they're called California poppies, the orange poppies, and some foxgloves, different colours, so I thought I would try with those. So I didn't get the flower shape, and I was a bit overzealous with the stone. I just got a stone from the garden and put it on the fabric and with the flower. Fabric, flower, stone, bang, 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 and it splattered out everywhere. So this is the first one that I did. I don't know what I'm going to do. And you can see I was a bit overzealous, so I have actually gone through the fabric a little bit. It's got little tiny holes in. But that all adds to the authenticity of it, doesn't it? So I don't actually know what I'm going to do with this one, because it's quite... I could embroider, I don't know. Just playing, really, to be honest. And this one, I just did at the bottom. I think I wanted to try lavender, which I did. But strangely, the pink flowers came out that sort of colour there, which you wouldn't expect, would you? And that darker colour there, I don't know what that was. I think it was just some of the marigold. The marigolds, they were the best. If you've got any marigolds and you want to, feeling a bit angry and you want to bash a stone and into some fabric with some flowers and make some strange fabric, then marigolds are the way to go. They were the best ones. So whether I'll do anything with the kind of splattered ones, I don't know. But the coloured, these one and the tea one, I definitely will make something with them. And I've also been purchasing retail therapy this week, so I've bought some. Let me have a sip. I've only just got up. It's really early. It's 7 o'clock, and I thought I'll just get on and record it straight away. So I've ordered some books. I ordered the Gail Pan book came, and also someone in the comments mentioned about World of Books, and I have bought books from World of Books before. When I searched for Gail Pan, it didn't come up in World of Books, so I thought, well, actually, I'll have a look in there, and I did manage to get a book from World of Books. It was about £8 or £9, which is quite expensive for a second-hand book, but it's cheaper than buying it new. At least half or even more of the price it was. So I've got 2 Gail Pan books, and then I bought some. I looked on World of Books, and I thought, well, I'll just get some patchwork books and just see what they've got. So these are the ones. I feel like I'm shouting a bit. I don't know why. No need to shout. I've got my pink microphone. So I haven't looked at them that much. I've flicked through them, but that was all. I think this was my favourite out of the ones I bought. So this is called Patchwork Comforters, Throws and Quilts, which I think is quite old, maybe 2000. So there's that one. There's a picture on the back. And what I liked about this one is they are quite, I wouldn't say, I don't want to use the basic, but they're not too fussy. I like more of a I don't like anything too starry, I don't think, you know, when they're a bit too fussy, so I prefer more of a bigger, more spread out design. I don't mind the little stripy ones. I might do something like that in the future. But anyway, yeah, that's lovely. I love that one. That kind of thing I'd really like to make as well. So lots of, look, that one's got a curved edge. So that was a really good book. I was pleased with that one. This one's really old. Quick and Easy Strip Quilting. And I just bought it because I like that picture on the front, to be honest. I think this is an American book, because it says in the USA on the back. Helen Whitson Rose. Quick and Easy Strip Quilting. And it's black and white in the middle. The book is black and white, but it's got, I mean, the curves are probably quite hard to do, but it has got some nice designs in there. There's another little strip block. So I like that kind of fussy. I like the little skinny strips, so I'm planning on doing something like that in the future as well. And I like the strippy, sounds a bit weird, the strippy butterflies, nice as well. So yeah, that was my number 2, but they're all about £4 each or something. And I've got 3 of those. This is the Gale Pan one, which is this one, and I'll show you on the back, which has got some lovely designs in. So I said last time she's American, but she's Australian. Gale Pan, there she is. We can see what she looks like though. There we are. Lovely Gale Pan, thank you for your gorgeous designs. And there's all this kind of thing in here, which I absolutely love. I love the mix of embroideries and the quilting. Definitely something I'm really enjoying at the moment. There's a lot of the little wall hanging-y ones. And they've got the patterns to trace in the middle as well. And there's a little house one. So yeah, really happy with that one. That was the second-hand one. The fourth book I bought from World of Books was an accident. I don't know how, I don't remember purchasing that one, but I got a free book. It did say if you buy 3 you get 1 free. So I'll say this is the free one. So it's got animals on the front, animals on the back. I think I liked it originally because I liked the apple. I thought, well, the apple's quite cool. I quite like making the little apple. So I could possibly make that. It has got little chickens, but I don't know if I'll make anything from that book or not. Probably not, but if I don't use it, I can just take it to our local charity shop, and someone else can hopefully enjoy that. And this is the one I paid full price for, which came from America, I think. Should have been $25.99. Can't remember how much I paid for it. But that has got loads of gorgeous, look at this bee one. And there's a bicycle on the back. But again, it's just a lovely mix of embroideries. I love that table runner. I love although I wouldn't get, you know me, I wouldn't be patient enough to do all that stitching. I can't do too much stitching. Well, I admire people that can, and it looks nice, but I couldn't make myself do that. And I really like this samplery style one. So just a quick look at the books I've bought. I have got some fabric, but I'm going to show you something different next, which is my finished bag. So last time I showed you the embroidery of the mushroom, and I'd started the bag. I can't think how far I'd got, whether I'd started it. I may not have started it at all. Anyway, it took me it took me all of Saturday to make the bag. I can't believe how long it took. I don't know why it took so long. It just took ages. Which is fine, because I'm so happy with it. So I was using my mum's fabric that she'd bought in the maybe late 80s from a school fete. She'd then given it to me. I didn't really like it, but I'd kept it. I'm not sure that she liked it much either. And then I fell in love with it, and I thought, actually, I really love that fabric. Now I'm going to make something with it. So this is the finished bag. This is the front. So there's the embroidery. And what I did was I found one of the salvages from the little squares of fabric. They were all oddly squared fabric. So these squares I haven't used. They're not equal squares. I just made this. And I've used the salvage with the All the fabrics were by Marcus Brothers Textiles, so I thought that would look really nice as a little badge, kind of bit of a shout out to the Marcus Brothers. I don't know if they're still going or not. So yeah, I made that, and then I made strips, and I think I sewed the top one on and the bottom one on. Just two, those two and those two, and then I made a strip each side. I think that's how I did it. I didn't make it in the other style. I was going to do a zip here, wasn't I? But in the end, I just thought it would look nicer like this. So, and then I just quilted individually. I quilted and zigzagged like that, and then zigzag back again to make the crosses, because they were all different sizes. The squares weren't exactly the same size. And I could have squared them all off, but then I wouldn't have been able to use all the fabric. And there is the back where I just made it. I just found that in my stash. I'd got a little badge, so I just made that and frayed it. You can see the whole back like that. And the front. I love this bag. I think it's one of my, I always say it, it's one of my favourite things I've ever made. And for the side, because it's got a bit of an oldie look about it, I don't know what the right word is, oldie, I made a little tag, but I've left the edges open, if you can see. I've just stitched it to fray. I frayed them a little bit myself, but I could do with a fraying machine. If anybody knows how to fray fabric, because I'm really into frayed fabric. So this doesn't fray particularly well. So if anyone knows how to fray it, so it's got a frayed effect, that would be really helpful. But yeah, so I just tied that on. I put a little clasp on there, tied that over, and then thought that looked quite nice on there. I've just got a couple, again, just in my stash. I've got loads of little bits and pieces. I think that's literally all I had left of that, so I just popped that on. This I managed to fray because it was really easily frayable. That just frayed really easily. And I used my machine blanket stitch on there. And then I've done this before. When I've blanket stitched with my machine, I've got quite a wide stitch to give the gaps. This, I changed it, but I changed the wrong, I changed the length, or I changed the wrong bit, so it's tiny. However, it does give quite a nice padded effect on it. It looks quite nice, but it took ages, nearly a whole bobbin, just to do, because they're so, can you see how tightly they are together, the stitches? So I think the fabrics just look so nice together, and the little sketchy mushroom. As I said, one of my favourite things. What did I put in the middle? I can't remember. The lining. Oh, right. It was just this, which isn't, ideally I wouldn't have used a white thread on there, but I can't be bothered to change it. If I'm honest, it's just for me. So yeah, I just got loads of this fabric at home, so I just used that. And I have made something else with the rest of the fabric, which I'm going to show you next. This is all I've got left now. I've kept all the scraps, but this is all I've got left. A few little tiny bits. So I think actually that's not bad really, is it? Holly wants to come in, so I'll just have to stop for a moment. She came in and ran up the stairs like she's being chased then. Right, so where was I? Just showing you the ones I've got left. So yeah, I might not use these ones. I didn't use the one with the stamp on the end with the gold. If the whole stamp was on there, I could have cut it out and used it some. So I might use that. This was one of my favourites. So anyway, they are all over the floor. I'll put them back in the bag, and I've just got my embroidery hoop in there, so I think I'm going to be using that just for embroidery projects. That was the plan. Another piece there. That was the plan for it anyway. So yeah, it just feels so nice. I used for the padding, I just used the iron-on Visseline for that one, which I really love because it just sticks it all in place really nicely. So I've also made a flower, which if you saw my short, I did put it up. I've been wanting to make one of these flowers for ages. The idea came in my head weeks ago, and I thought I must do it, and I haven't got around to it. And I had the rest of the fabric, and I thought, I'm going to make the flower. I wanted to use a little bit of lace on the it's English paper piecing, and I wanted to use a little bit of lace to make it a bit more petally and a bit more pretty. I've used petal shapes for the outside and a hexagon in the middle. You could make this with all hexagons if you wanted to. And then I've put lace inside each one as well. I am going to do just a quick little tutorial just showing how I made it. If anybody's interested, I'll either make it after I've made this video or at the weekend. So it might be around next week or possibly earlier. got to work out. I'm not very good at putting my camera down and everything, so I haven't got my bendy thing that I hold my phone on isn't brilliant. So hopefully I can do it and show you how I make it. But it's fairly straightforward, but I just thought I'd do a little to show you how I did do it in a separate video. And I held it up against here, and doesn't it look nice on there? It looks really pretty. That's why I dyed another one with tea, because I thought I could put it. It looks really nice on here. But then I had another idea, because we'd had the chat about this quilt, and I was thinking about what to put in the middle, because I'd got the square. For some reason, I didn't have enough length of fabric, so that's why I did it. I did the centerpiece, and I put a little bit in the middle, thinking I can do some English paper piecing in the middle. But I did a hexagon. It didn't look very nice. It just didn't look right. So I had lots of ideas in the comments. Thank you. I had so many ideas. I wanted to do them all. So I did do a little embroidery. Lily and the Bee. The person that put chip shop quilt, I did really want to do that, but I wasn't sure. And in the end, I just put Lily and the Bee. But I loved that to call. I'm going to call it the chip shop quilt. And someone had put about embroidering the chip shop quilt, which I thought was such a fun idea. But I'm definitely going to call it the chip shop quilt anyway. So I did embroider that, which isn't that. It's a bit scratchy, my writing. But then I tried this in the middle, which I hadn't planned. This was not related to this at all. I just thought, oh, I wonder what that looks like in the middle. And it looks brilliant. So I have taken a photo, so I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. But I might, if it doesn't, can't really see it, I'll put the photo. Oh, you can see it, can't you? So how nice does that look in the middle? Doesn't it look lovely? So that is going to be my centerpiece in the middle of my quilt. And then I can get on with doing the border. And then the binding, which someone quite rightly said in the comments, a plain binding, because actually it's going to be too over the top. It's going to be too busy, isn't it? So I don't know if I've got enough plain fabric, but I'll have a look through my stash. If not, I will buy some, because I want this to look really lovely when it's finished. So I'll buy some, and I might buy something. Oh no, the backing. I've got the big pieces. I'm fine for the backing. It's just the binding I need. Something for the binding, something plain. So yeah, there's going to be that with that in the middle. So unplanned, but a happy accident, we'll say, for that. So yeah, I do want to get on with that and get that done, and then I'll have a think about quilting. I was thinking about that this morning actually, but I think I might. I've got some lovely hand dyed threads, so I think I might use them and hand quilt it. Possibly, I might get carried away and think, no, I just want it finished. I'm going to machine quilt it. But the bright colours would look lovely on here. So. Of the hand dyed thread, so that is what I might do. But I'll put that on there, because now when I've finished my tutorial, I'll sew that on there. I'll probably just applique it on there myself. So I've got these ready for the tutorial, which I think I'm going to use. I've just got some spare fabrics, so I'm going to use those and the lace. So they are all there ready. And I've also got some purchases. So I did give in and buy some fabric. Like I said, it's been a difficult week, so sometimes you just have to buy things to make yourself feel a bit better, don't you? Which is probably a bit wrong, but anyway. So I found a shop that sold the Moda fabrics that I wanted. So I've got the thingy here, so I can tell you what the shop is called, hopefully. The Sewing Studio, which is a UK online shop, and they've got loads and loads of free patterns as well. So on here I've got a little heart quilt, and then a just a squarey quilt, strawberry lemonade, mini charm pillow or table mat. So I've got a few things there as well. So I can't, honestly, it doesn't say the button. I can't remember how much these were now. But this is Lydia's Lace, 1840 to 1880 by Betsy. I can't say her name. Chichin. And I love her design. So I'll give you a little bit of a flick through if I can. Don't know if I can start from there. There. Yeah, you can see them, can't you? There's a lot here. I have got a plan for these, I think. But they're really beautiful. And obviously they all blend together because they're a pack. I haven't opened them yet. I want to open them and lay them all out. But I did think I wanted to show. And the same with the other fabric I bought. I wanted to show you first before I opened it. And there we go. I think there might be 2 of each. Is there 32 in there possibly? Oh, £15.45 it says it there on the back. I presume that's what I paid. But it's a charm pack. So, really pleased with those. And they had scrap bags. And I've seen these before. I think they sell them on Amazon. Moda Scrap Bags. And you get £1/2, which is half a bag of sugar, heavy. And you don't know what you're going to get. But I love Moda fabrics. So I thought I'm going to risk it. And luckily, I got that. The only thing I didn't want Christmas ones, I thought, because I saw in the reviews, just have a bit of coffee. I saw in the reviews that someone had put something about Christmas fabrics. I didn't want Christmas fabric or children's fabric. That would have been a bit disappointing. But I didn't. And I haven't had a proper look. I've just looked in the side and I have opened the top. So this is what it looked like from the side. So now I can open it and get them out properly to show you. So they're strips, so they'd be perfect for a strippy quilt. Don't know how long they are, so I haven't opened them to see how long they are. Oh, there's all bits. I'm now eating it. There's a lot here, you can feel the weight. I'm going to have coffee before it gets all bits of lint in. So that is the, and I think, is it folded in half? Yes. These are very long. So that's how long they are. They are, let me show you the whole thing. Very long. No measuring here, just very long. They're very long. So I've got that one, and I was making my nose itch now. So all the colours blend. If I can just maybe put them over. And they're all lovely, lovely, lovely. They all go nicely together. I'm kind of showing you, but I'm looking, because I haven't seen them myself. I'm looking myself at the same time, so I'll just try and show you, and I can look after, can't I? Properly. Some people had said they'd got selvages. Look at that beautiful one. I didn't get selvages. I don't think so. I can't see any. But obviously I wouldn't mind because I love selvages. Look at, you know, I like pink and red together. So pretty. That one's a bit of a thinner one. Oh, there's some skinny ones hidden in the middle. So I could use these for English paper piecing because they're big enough for that, or a strip design. I could use one of those little strips. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, something, but they all go really nicely together. So and there's a lot of fabric there. So yeah, that was exciting. I was scared to open them because I thought, oh, it was a bit of a risk in case I'm never going to fold them, but they're even going to get them back in the bag again. It says there's a lot. There is a lot there. So I'll lay them there. So something else to be making in the future, which I'm excited about. Let's put that. So yeah, I've got a few things on the go at the moment. I have been working on my block of the month. I haven't forgotten it, but I'm going to show you because I think I've done about another 2 or 3 blocks. So it's not, I'll show it to you when I've made a big progress and I can do a bit more of a reveal, but I haven't forgotten about it. But I'll definitely show it to you in my next video. Well, the next video is going to be the next video is going to be the tutorial, just a little tutorial for the petal flower, English paper piecing flower, and then the next show and tell type video like this, I'll show you my block of the month and my progress on all my other things, and if I've made anything with my new fabric. And yeah, I don't know what I'll have made by then. I tend to go with my mood and what I want to make at the time normally. So that was a quick run through of my week, my making week so far. I have, can you see my beans in the background? I've got runner beans, and I built the thing myself with the canes, and I sort of tied it all around. It's quite stable, it hasn't fallen over, and I've got magnificent beans. Can you see? You can see all the red little flowers, aren't they? I haven't eaten any yet, they're only little tiny ones. I've got beans, courgettes, and some little round courgette things, some yellow courgettes, normal courgettes, and some peas. So I've got a little tiny vegetable garden, but it's going well. And someone asked if I could do a tour of my garden, which I will do a little film of the garden at the end of one of my videos. I haven't done it today, it's raining today, but I will do it for one of my future videos. I haven't forgotten about that. So I hope you've enjoyed watching and catching up with all the things I've been up to this week, and I will join you again next week for the tutorial, whenever I upload the tutorial for the little flower, and after that will be another show and tell type video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all keeping well. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.